Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing all right. Rolex Shanghai Masters, round one. I cannot wait for this. I am more than ready to completely destroy my sleeping pattern for this tournament. Gonna be a great one. Little bit of news before we start. A few people have pulled out and been replaced, so we've got Borna Koric, Alexander Bublik, Roberto Batista Agut, Emil Rusevori and Kai Nishikori have all pulled out, and replacing them will be Alexander Shevchenko, Christian Garin, Fabio Marzin, Aslan Karatsev, and Jami Munar. So before we get into them, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. Look, I haven't picked every game out of this card because there's quite a lot of them, but I have got 9 of the best, well, what I would consider to be the best anyway. So I'm going to start going through them now. Right, so the first one is Daniel Altmaier versus Yoshito Nishioka. Spread's 2.5. The total is 22.5. First game of the day, great one. Great one in my opinion. You know, I'm a Nishioka fan, especially on the hard court. Got smoked by Yannick Sinner, but Yannick Sinner's just beat Alcaraz today. Looks like he could potentially win the entire thing. Um, you know, he had a decent little go before that one. He beat Struff and Karatsev. Daniel Altmaier, on the other hand, he's won 4 of his last 10. He hasn't beat anyone in the top 50 in over 2 months, which is quite alarming. And you can't afford to be in poor form against someone like Nishioka. You really can't. This one's nice and easy. Decent odds as well. Nishioka to win all day. Get it on. Moving on, we've got. Who have we got? Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Jamie Duckworth versus Yannick Hanfman. Spread is 2.5. Total is 22.5. You know, Hanfman beat this guy fairly easily last year, and I'd say he's still at somewhat of the same level this year. I just, he's one of them, and he just chills in the top 50, just up and down like that. That's what he is. He's a top 50 player. Jamie Duckworth's been on a bit of a decline, if you ask me. He's dropped out of the top 120. He won his last 2, but the 2 people he beats, like, they're not even in the top 250, so I don't think that holds much weight. Yannick Hanfman all day on this one for me, boys. Another easy one. Game number 3, we have got Roman Safulin versus Andy Murray. This is probably the most hyped up one of the day, you'd say. Um, Great game. You know, head to heads, 1-0 to Murray. Roman Safulin's in really good form. Nearly won the final the other day. He was a couple of points away from it. Andy Murray at this point is just so inconsistent, isn't he? And it's like, if I bet on him to win and he loses, I'm like, oh, well, that's what I get for betting on him. And if I bet against him and he wins, I'm like, oh, well, it's Andy Murray. What do I expect? So I don't think I'll be betting on this one. But if I had to pick, it'd be Roman Safulin to win this one. I can see it going deep. 3 sets, the bare minimum. Maybe look at the over. And I haven't told you the line. It's spread is 1.5 and the total is 22.5. So maybe over on that one. If not, Safulin to win. Game number 4. Now you might be thinking, well, why have you picked this one out? But I think this is really interesting. So this is Dane Sweeney against Taro Daniel. Spread's 4.5. Total is 20.5. Dane Sweeney's just breezed through qualifying. Decent underdog as well. I'm sure he's like 3-1 to win outright. Um, you know, he qualified for I think, is it Guangzhou? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. You know, he qualified for that. Made the main draw in Shanghai as well. Taro Daniel's been fucking poor lately, boys. He's been poor. I mean, he got beaten the second round in Chengdu, didn't make it to the main draw in Astana. That's just gone. I think that would have knocked your confidence a little bit, just a little bit going into this one. I'd take Dane Sweeney plus the points, especially plus 4.5 while he's in a bit of a rhythm. I think he'd be silly not to. Definitely have a look at that one. Next one is, this is a belter game, in my opinion. This is a really good one. This is Marcus Giron versus Daniel Galland. So this is, well, I was going to say the easiest one of the night, but it's not. This is the second easiest one of the night, in my opinion. Giron's just beat Wawrinka. Got beat by TM in 3 in Astana. Daniel Galland's just not that good compared to Giron anyway. Got beat in the first round in Chengdu, didn't even qualify for the China Open. I think Marcus Giron just makes this one look easy. I don't think Galland's got anything for him in this. Take Marcus Giron, boys, all day, all day. Right, so next one we've got is interesting. Corentin Moutet versus Mackenzie McDonald. So spread's 4.5 and the total is 21.5. Look, Moutet's not a bad player, He's not a bad player, but with that being said, sometimes I do question if he's ATP material. That's just my honest opinion. His serve's not that good. That's the one thing I've noticed. His serve lets him down so much, and at this level, that's your bread and butter, innit? Having a decent serve, being able to hold your service game, that is a must. And I just don't see him doing that. I see him really struggling with McDonald. Look, McDonald's a lot more polished than this guy. He's got a lot more weapons. McDonald's a safe bet here. Really safe bet. Look, Moutet can agitate opponents, but I don't see it in this one. I don't think he's got it. So we've got 3 more. Next game is it Alexander Kovacevic? I think it's Alexander Kovacevic versus Christian Garin. So Christian Garin's a slight favourite in this. Spread's 1.5. Total is 23.5. Look, picture this. It's 2021. Christian Garin's number 17 player in the world. Fast forward a couple of years, he's now ranked 99. He's barely in the top 100. It's a weird one because he still plays good, keeps it really close, but doesn't really win as much as he should. Well, nowhere near as much as he should. Nowhere near as much as he used to. Kovacevic, on the other hand, look, back in the day, this is the type of person that just would have got bullied by Christian Garin. It would have been a no-brainer, but I'd at least back him for a set in this, He can hit big shots in big moments, and Christian Garin's got a bit of a confidence problem in big moments. I've noticed this, so I'd definitely look at Kovacevic just to win one set. I think that's a sharp look in this match. Decent underdog as well. He could win it outright, but I think one set's good enough. Moving on. So next game is Fabio Fognini versus Thanasi Kokkinakis. Look, spread's 3.5. Total's 22.5. So what I've got for this game is just one line. All the others are at least a couple of paragraph or two. I've just got one line for this pick. This is the easiest pick you'll ever make of your life. Thanasi Kokkinakis to win. Bet your fucking house on it. Bet the house on that one, boys. I guarantee you, it cannot fail. Just not into Fabio Fognini. He's like the Italian Andy Murray, but was never as good as Andy Murray and isn't as good as Andy Murray now, really. But he only tends to win when the games are over in Italy, which, say no more. Cockanackers all day. Don't be stupid. Don't even think about it. Just fucking bet it. Free money. Free money. And then the last game that I've got for you is another interesting one. I think you'll like it. It's Stan Wawrinka versus Dusan Lajovic. So spreads 3.5, totals 22.5. I said a couple picks ago, Wawrinka's just been beat by Marcus Giron, but it was a really good performance, 3 sets, close game. We all know when Stan Wawrinka is fresh at the start of a tournament, he's very hard to beat. Very hard to beat. As a matter of fact, he's won 12 of 15 first round games this year. I like that number. That's a really good stat. You know, Lajovic, on the other hand, he's good. He can be very sneaky on the hard court as well. Sneaky player, but I still think Stan Wawrinka just gets this one done. I think he gets a firm hold of the game. And yeah, comfortable win for Stan Wawrinka in 2, probably. So that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. It's not all of them, but that's the ones that I like. Time for the bet that I've got. So 4 official plays for me for the Rolex Shanghai Masters round 1. So we're going to be taking Thanasi Kokkinakis, obviously. We're going to be taking Yannick Hanfman. We're going to be taking Stan Wawrinka, and we're also going to be taking Marcus Giron. So that's 30-1, plus 300 for the Americans. Solid 3-1 bet there. I like it. I hope you like it, and I hope you like the video as well, because that's it for me. Like, subscribe if you want to. Really appreciate you watching. I hope you win some money, and I hope you enjoy the tennis as well. Should be a belter. See you later.